Hello guys, it's your fellow investor here and today with another video. In this video I'll be talking about Hyliion and what is going on with them right now, some recent updates and potential risks for current shareholders or potential very optimistic future. This is another video without my camera, with my camera on because I'm really in a big hurry, and by the time this video is being uploaded I've probably finished like 8 deadlines and I've worked hard on a few projects as well, so overall I don't have much time even for YouTube right now, so I apologize. With that being said, let's get into the video. First, let's have a look at the chart as always. If we switch to some comparable charts, just like a 5 days chart, we can see we've been on a somewhat uptrend, but about 11% a week. This is completely fine with me, and you could even swing trade this stock at $22 to what was it, 26, 27, and you could make easy $22. But you do you. I'd rather just buy and hold, not only because I do not have much time, but I feel like that's not that risky, and also I don't have that much money to do the swing trades right now. So what probably caused this stock to go up? Well, first overall sentiment in the EV sector is really good. So with Biden being elected and Mr. Trump losing reputation and his lawsuits every day, Biden is just getting closer to being elected. But I'm not even an American citizen, so I'm just saying this very objectively. But overall, we know as investors in the EV sector, we know that Biden is more forward-looking to the EV cars and EV in general. So this probably made the price go up. Another reason is that Hyliion appointed new Mr. HYLN. I hope I pronounced it right. Hyliion, a leader in electrified powertrain solutions for Class 8 commercial vehicles, today announced HYLN as its Vice President, General Counsel and Chief Compliance Officer, effective November 16, 2020. HYLN brings more than 20 years of multinational automotive and transportation experience to the role, where he will be responsible for the company's legal and compliance functions. This is really nice to see that they are hiring new people and filling the new positions, because therefore we can see that they are still making progress every week, every month, and with these steps they will be closer to perfection. Jose is a seasoned leader whose deep industry experience will be a valuable asset as we continue to grow and make progress toward our commercialization strategy, said Thomas Healy, founder and CEO of Hyliion. He is an accomplished expert in the legal, compliance and ethics fields. I look forward to working with him as an important member of our leadership team. HYLN comes to Hyliion with more than 2 decades of domestic and international experience and a track record of managing complex business transactions, litigation and new market entries for some of the automotive and transportation sectors. Most advanced companies including Loja Corporation, Ford Motor Corporation and the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Most recently, he served as Vice President, Deputy General Counsel and Chief Compliance Officer for Meritor Incorporated, a leading global provider of on- and off-highway commercial truck and other agricultural and military vehicle parts, systems and solutions. In that role, he supported and directed strategic and tactical corporate legal initiatives for the company's largest business unit, among other responsibilities. So overall, just really nice news. Even though it might not seem as much, it is always a nice step forward. So if you remember, I made a video about Hyliion and their short sellers, that there's like really big short float. So right now, if we have a look at Finviz, it's really handful website. We type in the ticker symbol, which is HYLN, and we head to the short float, and we see that it says right now it's 11%. That could also cause maybe that the stock went about 10% up last week or this week, but if I remember, throughout the week I just looked there and I saw there was 64% short float. So I was really scared and pumped at the same time, because if there would be some big news announced at that time, it would probably cause the stock go up about 40% or even more. But now it says there's only 11% short float. So I don't really know how to take a Finviz on this one, so if you could please help me out in the comment sections, I would really appreciate it. But there is also another website where you can look and track the short float, maybe better than on Finviz, and that's fintel.io. It is really useful website as well, so you have more sources to look at and get the information. And as we can have a look, a latest market date, as known as the 20th of the November 2020, there was a short volume ratio 46%, claims fintel.io. If we have a look, if we scroll just a little bit lower, we can see a short volume on a really nice graph. So if we click on it and see for ourselves, it's really nicely shown how the short float has been stagnating between 26 to 34%, which is pretty huge. Short volume as well. And even I believe 20 to 30% can cause really big short squeeze. And if it's above 40% and more, it is almost 50% right now. So if there's gonna be even good sentiment or some kind of news, I believe the stock will pop off on Monday or even somewhere in the next week. And when I was checking Finviz and there was about 54% short float, here on Fintel.io was about 25% or something like that, so 30% less. But I do not know which website is more trustworthy, so if you know and you have experience, please let me know down in the comment section below. And here is even more in-depth described what was the short volume ratio a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and we can see that the short volume has been, for this week, has been quite increasing from 30% to 46%. And should I be worried? Well, keep on watching into the conclusion section and you'll know if you should be or shouldn't be worried as a shareholder of Hyliion. If we have a look into the Hyliion's technical analysis, we can see that MACD is showing us a slowly but sure recovery, which is always nice to see. It's not at the August or September levels, should I say August and September levels, but it's on its way there. We know that it's been really heavily oversold for about 2 months, or for a whole month, sorry, not 2 months, but 1 whole month, almost 2 months, alright. It's been really oversold and it's been going down steadily, but from the $18 support line, it's found its place, and since then it's really slowly, as I zoom in, we can see it's been really slowly going up and up. And I can see it going on Monday and Tuesday, it's going a little bit higher, and then again just a little bit lower, and then on the Friday, if the sentiment will be good, because this Friday has been a overall green Friday in the EV sector after a long time. About 6 weeks, 7 weeks, I can't really remember, I can't tell, I've been really busy during that time. So that it's overall really nice to see that there's been Green Friday, because it means better future for Hyliion and EV stocks in general. If we switch to the week graph, we can see how the graph reacts, and if we see now it's not oversold on the week graph, which is always nice to see, we can see it's not really that exciting, but the slower the stock rises, the harder it is for the stock to fall. But if there's gonna be some Rona case, it can fall down super hard. It doesn't really matter, but this is really special exception, but overall it is that rule. If we have a look at the MACD tool, we can see that right now it's not even starting to changing its course into the better. So, but since here, I would say that this is somewhat of a turning point, and if we can see the volume increasing here it went from 19 million to 28 million. So if next week we can see the volume go above 29 million shares, it will be really nice to see. If even like 32 would be, 33 would be optimal. Yeah, if that would be happen the same scenario like in August, that it went from I don't know how much, 23 million to 65 million, it could work out as well, but I would be kind of scared, so that wouldn't be the same scenario as 2 months ago, that there was the SPAC hype and then the SPAC hype died out. So what is the conclusion, what you want to take out from this video? Well, first things first, if there is gonna be some kind of 100% move within the upcoming week, I will most likely sell most of my shares, about 60% at least, because if there's not going to be any big news, if there were news that they would get 500 binding orders, pre-orders, I wouldn't sell. But if there would be no news and the stock would do over 100%, I would say it is pure stock price manipulation, and I would definitely take more than half of my shares and secure some profits and let the rest do its thing. Because as we know what happened during the August SPAC hype, so I would be cautious with this scenario. But here we can see the stock isn't doing that much of a move. Since past 3 weeks, the stock did 34%, so by average 11% a week, which is really still above average. But if we take in mind it was at its not all-time lows, but for past 2 or 3 months, 4 months, it's been its lowest point. It's average move. So I would be happy to see if the HYLN could do 10 to 20% next week. But there could be the massive short squeeze, which is screaming from 1 or 2 pages where you can gather the information. So if you are in the stock, should you be worried? Well, I would say you shouldn't. The lowest it could go is back to the 18s, 19s levels, and since then I can see it going up. But if we have a closer look on the 6-month chart, please internet, cooperate with me, we can see that the lows has been always higher and higher, and the highs as well. Now lows around 90s, highs around 24, 23, then lows around 22, then highs around 25. Now there is lows around 24, so it's quite significant moves we are making here, and there should be some kind of breakthrough around $25 point, and then it should probably move to $30 each. But I do not have crystal ball. This is just my opinion, and you know, all that stuff is for entertainment purposes. I'm not financial advisor, you can read it in description. But yeah, this is about the conclusion. So thank you very much for watching. If you made it until the end of this video, I really appreciate it, and I would like to ask you to click on that like button if I helped you, and if you are holding Hyliions or you enjoy this video and you'd like to see more videos from me, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. It helps me out a lot, and I put a lot of time into YouTube, and it's not really that easy for someone who's at really hard free time university. It's really tough to decide if you want to have like 2 hours of free time, or you're gonna prepare videos and put even more time than 2 hours into it. So yeah, I really appreciate all the support you guys gave me. With that being said, I thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in another video.